name's Shirley Duroux. I was born in Grafton, raised in Corindi Beach, and I'm a proud Gumbaynggirr woman. I suppose you can call me an elder, but yeah. And I've been in Coffs Harbour now for about 8 years. I have my family. I have my daughter and her 2 children, partner, and yeah, here in Coffs Harbour. And I also have a son with his 2 daughters. Yeah, so I was away from here, and then when my babies started having babies, I came home. Smoking. I started when I was in high school, you know, taking the sister cigarettes and things like that, and about 15 years old, and yeah, never looked back. You know, I just thought it was the most coolest thing, and you know, everyone was doing it, everyone. So, you know, I really thought there was nothing wrong with it, you know. And then later on down the track, it was just getting to a point where it wasn't enjoyable no more. The older I got, you know, it wasn't cool, you know. And it made me sick. It was making me sick, and of course my daughter, she played a great part in, you know, always, Mum, why do you smoke? You know, it's not good for you. And I used to say, listen, you know, this is my habit, because that's what it was. It was a habit. And yeah, and I just I got to a point where I wasn't feeling well, and I was up in Grafton, and when I come home, I was not well at all. And I rang my daughter, and I said to her, look, you need to come and get me and take me to the hospital. And yeah, I wasn't well, and the doctors told me that after, you know, all the rigmaroles that they go through out there at the hospital, I went septic. My stomach perforated, and yeah, if my daughter didn't get me to the hospital when I did, I could have died. Well, I would have died, because I was delusional. And yeah, and when I was, you know, like when I was in there, I had the doctors come in and see me, and you know, after all the MRIs, and you know, I don't know the other word for it, but they when they found it, and when the doctor come in, he said to me, he sat on the bed and he looked at me and he said, look, I want to make a promise with you. I want you to promise me that if I fix you and make you better, that you'll never touch a cigarette again. And I looked at him and I said, I promise. And it's been 8 years now. Nearly 8 years anyhow, you know. And I really don't miss it. It's you know, the smell is disgusting, and you know, it's, look, if I could tell you don't do it, okay? Because it's not, your health goes downhill real quick, really, really quick. Yeah, I don't miss it. It was, my health was just had no energy. I had, like, I couldn't walk distances without breathing, that heavy breathing, like, what's going on with my body type of thing, But since I've given up, I do things with my grandchildren. We swim, we walk the beaches, we go on picnics. We just do, we do things that I really didn't have the energy for before. Like, my body's not young anymore. It's not young anymore. But I feel fitter now than what I did 8 years ago. And I'm not looking back. And you got to think about your future. And I neglected that. But now it's been, like I said, 8 years. I kick myself sometimes for being selfish to my children, my grandchildren. Well, actually, my son's grandchildren, because Madeline's my daughter, her grandchildren have not ever seen me put a cigarette to my mouth, because I gave it up before they came into this world, because I didn't want them, because they look up to me, and I don't want them to see their grandmother damaging their body, her body, because I want them to be healthy, so they can live a long life. Because smoking, you're playing with your life. Okay, you're playing with your life doing it. And for the younger ones, don't do it. Because it's not good. It's not good, and it's not cool. It's not, and like, you're missing out on a lot. Sports. I see people, like, they're athletics, and they go out and they play sports and they surf and do this and that, and when they finish, they'll sit on the sideline or wherever and go and have a cigarette, and I'm thinking, why are you doing that to yourself? Because your family, you've got to think about your family. It's not all about you, okay? There's other people out there that love you and look up to you and respect you. And you young fellas, yous are up and coming, and you've got to think the same way, It's not, I was only thinking this morning, it was never our drug, because that's what it is, it's a drug. It was never our drug. It came with colonial, okay? We never smoked, and we were healthy, we were hunters, and that's what we should be now. For our families, for ourselves. We need to be strong, we need to stand strong. I went and talked to somebody, and like, they helped me a lot, because, it's not easy, it's not easy, but I did it. There is help out there. Let's talk about it, and the chemists, if they were helpful, they asked me, because, you make a rapport with people, okay? It's just talk to people. The Gumbaynggirr, their services, there's services there, and I used them, and all you got to do is ask. Simple. Open your mouth and ask. Talk about it.